Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. Picking up where we left off in the last episode, I've just reattached the radar trailer and heading around in the Yar to meet our Action, where we'll continue to push along the north side of the map, heading in a west direction to both open up the map and maybe get into Amandra today. We'll see, or at least get in there to have a look at it. We left the Action tucked around this corner with one cargo load of wooden planks on board, which need to be delivered on the north side of the map as well. So, editing previous episodes, I know I've mentioned this in the previous one that I recorded, but then I also ignored my own advice. I really need to learn to use this ice as a road rather than taking routes off through hilly bits. When I was editing the video, I was watching it thinking, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Why are you going that way? So yeah, just need to start leveraging this ice as a road, notwithstanding you can fall through the thing. While I'm here, this seems like a reasonable spot, engine off, to maybe run the radar again. I just want to kind of open up the map as I'm going, even though it costs me 20 litres each time I do it, but I'm going to run the radar. I heard what sounded like an animal noise then. Is that a bear? I know it's probably tiny for you guys. Is that a bear on the ridge of that? I can't really point at it with a mouse, but maybe if I do that, I'll be able to use the mouse enough. Is that a bear on that ridge? I can hear this. I can hear what sounds like a bear noise in the background. I'm just looking around. I haven't seen a lot of animals on this playthrough. I've seen wolves in Michigan. I can hear what sounds like a bear noise, and that to me looks like a polar bear up on that ridge. Let's see if we've got to go up there. Let's see what the map just showed us. So from the angle I'm looking, I think it's sort of around here. Maybe? Anyway. Okay, so, oh, right. So that's just opened up a couple of things to us that I am interested in. Obviously there's a contest. I don't know what the details of that is. We'll find out. Knee deep is a task, which... Have we identified that one yet? No, so that looks like a recovery task that we need to get to. And then this foreigner, I think that's to go and get the Ford. So we're going to want to do that. I think I'm going to take the Yar, leave the Action as it is for a minute. And I think I'm going to take the Yar and try and get across this way. See if that's navigable. And if it is, I can pick up these two activities and do another scan, because that looks like where those two recovery tasks are. It looks like a good place to do another radar scan. So the Action can stay where it is, and by the time I use the Action, I might have seen... I'm sure that's a bear. I'm just going to circle around that way, because I've got to go that way anyway. I don't have to go up on the hill, but I just want to see from another angle if that is a polar bear up on that hill. It's gone now. It's gone now. Maybe they're only visible if you stay a certain distance away. I'm sure I know that there are like animals that you can observe in the wilderness in this game, because I know I've seen like wolf billboards in Michigan, and I think that's what that was. I think I just basically saw, let's just focus on not falling through the ice here a sec. But yeah, I think I just saw a polar bear. I could hear a roar, like a well, fairly faint, but I could hear a roar of what sounded like a bear noise in the background. So this is into water rather than ice. So I'm just going to try and skirt the water and see if I can do this without fall. Oh, here we go. That's falling through a bit, but can I get through that? Drop a trailer, get myself forward a bit. Oh, I didn't actually drop a trailer. I thought I dropped the trailer then. What did I do? Anyway, I'm moving, so that's all good. And get into these little trees, so I'm not actually in the broken ice. So today, the day I'm recording this, is the day that Phase 7 has dropped. I'm not going to look at it at all on this series for the minute because it's a racing one. I'm not going to do a special expedition to go off and do some racing. I'll probably let the content settle. I don't know whether it'll be a bit buggy on launch. I know they've put it in public test server, but doesn't mean to say it won't be a little bit buggy at launch. I'll just leave it alone for now. I might have a look at it on my campaign mode, but for now I'm just focusing on this series. But I did wonder what you guys thought of it, if you've been playing it. Like I said, it's come out today, so I'm recording this on the 31st, which I'm pretty sure was the release date. I noticed when I logged on to the game that my loading screen for the game had changed to include what looked like racetrack stuff. Yeah. Just curious as to what you guys' thoughts are of Phase 7. See if are you enjoying it. I'm gonna try and cut across. Well, that looks a little bit breakable. That also looks like a solid bit. So if I could gun it, I might be all right. Yeah, that worked. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at what these are. I know one of them is Foreigner. Well, the one's Foreigner, which is the Ford pickup truck. Engine off. What's this task? So this is Foreigner. This is the one, and the reward for this is a Ford F750, which I do care about getting hold of. I want to get my grubby mitts on one of those and see how it is. So let's just track what that is. Have a look on the map. Yeah, so this is next to the Amandra Gateway as well, so that kind of shows me the extent of the map in that corner. And then so Knee Deep's a bit further up a hill. Fine. I think that might be actually to do with a loaf. Is that recovering a loaf, but I don't get to keep it? I think maybe is what I saw for that one. So let's push up the hill a little bit. Tag the other one. Engine off. I rode to the ranger's cabin the other day, but I overestimated myself. I do that all the time, mate. I did make it, but damaged my suspension and got stuck. I hardly made it out on foot, but I have no idea what to do with my car. You are my only hope. What am I, Obi-Wan? Yeah, except that $7,300. Nice money. Let's see where it is though. Okay, so it's over. It's not that far from where we are with the Big Azov. It depends on where that thing is, and presumably once you've picked it up, so it needs fuel, and it needs repair points, and then once you picked it up, presumably it's dropped back here. I assume. See if it gives me a hint for that. Deliver it to the amateur mechanic. Yeah, which looks like... And I think that amateur mechanic is the same place that we have to bring the Zix that we robbed of fuel in the last episode. The Like Brothers task. So I think that's probably the same delivery point for both vehicles. Okay, cool. Right, so I think this is a good place to run the radar as well. Looking at the map. Nice scenery, isn't it? I am impressed with this map. Right, what did that show us? Didn't highlight any new tasks. There's an upgrade up here, so we're going to get that. And then forecast unclear, I think, is one that we have already. Yeah, we've got that one. Yeah, that's the delivery. That's where we've got to deliver the wooden planks. So we've got to go up to there in the Action anyway. And I assume that this road is how you get there. So I think what I'll do next is bring the Yar down the remainder of this track, whatever this track is. Maybe try and get onto that road and come in this direction and see about doing a scan about there. Will hopefully give me a decent area of that side of the map. Focus on getting some scanning done. I've got to get into Imandra because I've got to get my grubby mitts on some fuel, and I believe there's a fair bit of fuel in Imandra. I'm still not sure that I'm confident that it's enough. Bit of a slow old churn up this hill. I'll almost certainly time-lapse this a little bit. The time-lapsing, let's just talk about that for a minute. So the editing of these videos is taking me longer. It's a bit of a funny one because basically the game is a slow game. All of you guys that watch this video, or certainly all of you guys that play this game, know that it's a slow game. I obviously try to focus on the most interesting content that I play, but I also don't really like cutting stuff out unless it's repetitive, and you know that because I've spoken about this before. But unless it's repetitive stuff like deliver 3 batches of cargo from A to B, well, I'll always show the first trip on cam. I might time-lapse long, trivial steps of it, and then once I've done the first trip on screen, I'll probably cut the others. But something like this, where I'm exploring at 2 miles an hour, it's funny for me because I don't want to cut this out, because this is the game. This is the content that the game is based on. So I don't want to cut it out, but at the same time, it's pretty boring watching me, unless I can think of something interesting to talk about. It's pretty boring watching me trundle along at 3 miles an hour. So yeah, I do tend to, if I'm exploring and I'm going slow like this, I tend to time-lapse it so the content is in there, and then any narrative that I do put on, I then sort of splice in and edit over the top so that I'm not hiding or losing any content. I hope it's okay with people basically, but I try to keep as much content in as I can, but I also don't want to just have my videos like an hour of you guys watching me crawl along at 2 miles an hour, because I don't think that's interesting. So hopefully I'm getting the balance right, and I think I'm getting fairly positive feedback, and all my analytics and subscriber count and all of the numbers that matter are growing. So I must be doing something relatively right for a decent number of you. But yeah, feedback always welcome. I just don't feel right about cutting out the scouting stuff because it feels like it's pretty important content. Because it is the game, right? I'm just conscious that this is probably Military Glory. I thought so. I just saw that bunker on the hill and I thought that's got to be one of the bunkers for that Military Glory. So I'll pull around here and then I'll try and get in. I'll just track that one. Yeah, so feedback always welcome, but hopefully you guys don't mind the fact that I time-lapse this rather than just leaving footage in at snail's pace crawling. Right, I'm going to leave the trailer there and go in without the trailer to tag this POI. Nice one. Done. Back her up. Go out, get my trailer and carry on. I like this vehicle, but I just feel for that depth of snow, this should be going faster than it is. It's a very slow truck. But it's got stuck a lot less than the Lodestar did, so pros and cons, right? We'll pop the little wheelie then. Right, and then I wanted to push on. Yeah, I think I would rather try and get at least to here before doing another scan. But at the same time, let's just see what this road does. I think there's a fuel semi-trailer in Imandra, so I need to get in there with something that's got a low saddle on it as well. That's pretty muddy. Let's try and avoid the worst of the existing ruts. Okay, so I'm deviating from a road. Maybe this is a good place to scan. Anyway, let's see what my fuel is like on that trailer. I think I might have to put some more in it. Yeah. So roof rack, I'm going to put another 30 litres in the trailer. So that takes my roof rack down to 60. I just got to be careful I don't run out of fuel completely, because I am down to 37 litres in the truck as well. But activate radar. Right, what's that showing me? So that's opened up a decent bit of map. I've still got a little bit of grey fog of war here, but I've fixed this bridge so the Azov could come over. Don't know what the rest of this road is like for the Azov, but fixed this bridge, and there's the loaf that's going to be rescued. So I think now I need to get myself back out on the trail, maybe see if there's a route up through here and push towards the foreigner, and maybe the next scan would be pretty much at the foreigner. And at some point this Yar is going to run out of fuel, and I'll have to come back to it with something that can refuel it. But if I leave it by the road, I'll be going into Imandra and getting fuel anyway, so I'm not worried about leaving the Yar as long as I've done enough scouting to be happy. See, I don't believe. I think that particular bit of driving I'm doing right now, I think the Lodestar would have just flown over that at 20 miles an hour. I know I'm pulling a four-wheel small trailer, but even so, I do think that this isn't very quick. It seems to get unnecessarily bogged down in that type of terrain, more so than you'd imagine by looking at the terrain in the truck. Coming into dark, let's get some lights on. We've also got to work out what the route would be for a big truck to get to Imandra, because I don't fancy bringing the Azov through some of this stuff really. And if I need a low saddle truck in Imandra, maybe it's time to deploy the Taiga. put the big snow chains on it. I didn't have when we were in Alaska with the Tiger, I didn't have race suspension, so I've not got a set of big snow chains. I'll have to buy some tyres for it, but put the big set of snow chains on it, a low saddle, a loading crane, and bring the Tiger in, and then the Tiger can be the one that goes into a Mandra to start with to try and get some fuel. Push these trees out of the way. So that's a POI for something. What's that then? I do have an exploration task, don't I? Engine off. Let me have a quick look. I have an exploration task. Is this going to be another one of those parkour things that's going to annoy the hell out of me? Frozen in time? Yeah, this one. It doesn't look too bad. If I start tracking that for a minute, and then drop my trailer. I haven't really got the fuel to mess around with this, but while I'm here, it'd be silly not to do it. I'm not exactly sure that I'll come into this exact route with a scout again anytime soon. There's one. I'll try and do these as I go past, basically. Power pole in the road, watch that. That could be a suspension deleting trap. There's another update down here. Do I want to try and get all of these while I'm here? Just worried about fuel. The scout is going to be on this area of the map, so I think the answer to that is no. I will leave those for a minute, but I'd rather get the scanning done. Is it really not going to winch off that? That power pole is not a winch point. I don't believe you. I'm pretty sure I would just tie a rope around that if I was here. Pulling all these little baby trees out by their roots. But we are moving slowly. But that power pole I can winch to. Slow going, right? Again, this will have been time lapsed, but pretty slow going coming through that stuff with this truck. Right, and now we're on a road. Now we go through the snow bit, maybe it'll make some progress. I see lights ahead, some form of civilization. That will be sheet ice, so that's the sort of terrain that I expect the Tatarian would be sliding to the right. Coming across here. Probably get through it without a problem, but still. Not the terrain it will excel at. Ooh, careful. Speed wobble there because I got myself all the way up to 12 miles an hour. Right. Engine off. So I can see 70 meters camera jankiness because of the rocks, unfortunately. I can just about see the marching ants there for where the foreigner is. That looks like the Amandra gate ahead of me, those lights that I mentioned. I am going to put some fuel in the exploration unit. Do a scan here. Right, now, what's that shown us? So yeah, that's the Amandra gateway. I've definitely gonna want to do one more scan here. That's a definite. This is the Ford. I'm not sure where I've got to recover it to. Need to get down there and tag it, but I think because I'm here, I should go straight into the Amandra map and maybe do a scan from the start. I don't know what the watchtower situation is like in Amandra. So let's get in and have a look at the Amandra map, because we've not been in there at all. I don't think you have to unlock it. I think it's just that's it now. I've found it, so I'm here. Amandra, Kola Peninsula, Russian Federation. New map. And we have what? We have what? 3 watchtowers? So we have 3 watchtowers. And none of them are anywhere near this start area. And then the global map shows that there are only the 2. So there is a garage in Amandra. Okay, interesting. So yeah, on the global map, there are only 2 maps in the region. And on this map, there are only 3 watchtowers, but none of them are anywhere near me. So I think it is worth doing the radar right here. And just show me what there is around this gateway area. Right, so old scrap metal and nighttime delivery, 2 tasks discovered by the look of it. And then I'm going to need to do refuel. The prototype has only got 7 litres in it. And then everything out of the roof rack into the yard. That's 48 litres of fuel. So not quite half a tank of fuel. But that is all I've got left. There's nothing in the trailer or in the truck. So this is the 2 tasks. Nighttime delivery, old scrap metal. Right, so we'll have to come down into whatever this complex is. Looks like a factory. Oh, so that's a loaf, isn't it? Nighttime delivery? That looks like a loaf. And then there's an upgrade. Not sure what that one is. And then there's a fuel carrier that's 100% full. That's a nightmare to get to though, isn't it? What's the route to get to that? I want that trailer, definitely. Can I get that through these trees? Obviously not in this truck, because this isn't... That's quite a steep climb up there to try and get up to that. And then trees to get back down. So presumably it's a case of trying to find out what this road, how this road connects, maybe through here. Right, okay, interesting. I'm going to go back into Lake Cobb. I haven't got enough fuel to do anything in Amandra anyway. I just wanted to get in there and tag the start of it. But I can see there's fuel there that is going to be useful to me. And I think the trailer is dry, but at the same time I don't want to just leave it here. I think I want to drag a trailer over as far as I can in this direction. because I'm going to be going there with the Action. Alright, I want to open up this road, because and it's probably going to be next episode now to get the Foreigner, the Ford. But I want to head in that direction and take this trailer with me. So that's going to be going off. I'm going to head off here and hope for the best. Try and get to the Ford. I haven't got enough fuel to drag it anywhere anyway, unless it's full of fuel. I suppose if I've just got to drag it to a camp, it's possible that it's got fuel in it that I could use. It's a big Scout, obviously it's long. 2-axle 4-wheeler, but quite a long 4-wheeler. So interesting. Is there any fuel in it? Because there's nothing in there about me delivering or repairing its fuel. So as long as I don't need its engine running while I'm towing it out, in theory I could drag it out. Not sure I want to drag it with this truck and this trailer, but in theory I could drag it out. What's its state of repair? So yeah, it needs 69 repair points. Gas tank 10 points, bit of suspension damage, but all its wheels are fine. Its suspension is operational. Its engine would work. Can I drag it with this, do you think? What route would I use though? Probably want to try and get it to this trail if I can. Or am I just better off coming in with a bigger truck? Let's try it. Let's try it. There's nothing to lose from trying it. We'll just quickly splash just a small amount of fuel back into it. And I can always take it out again if this is a complete non-starter. But just in case I need its engine to help me a little bit. So put this on, so the trailer onto there, and see if it's possible for me to move this vehicle with this Yar. And at the moment I'm not running the engine on the Ford, so I'm not using any of that fuel that I've put in it. Got it stuck on a tree, that doesn't help. So much easier if I could get in it and drive it. I haven't really got the fuel to be doing this. I think I should just get the Taiga and push in and get fuel out of Imandra, and then I can play this map without worrying about fuel every step of the way. Turn its engine on so it can help me a bit, so I'm not just pulling a dead weight. I want to be going around this way, but avoiding getting stuck and sinking, really. I've been excited about this big Ford pickup truck ever since I first saw it in somebody else's gameplay. So that's why I'm kind of pushing to try and get it. Because I like the unique vehicles. And this is another unique vehicle in that Scout that can attach to medium truck trailers, normal truck trailers. But to be fair, I think I'm going to have to admit defeat. Because it hasn't got what it takes to pull itself. It's not helping me enough to be worth the fuel that it's costing. For now, I want to probably finish the episode with getting to that last point that I want to scan. Maybe even the Action could pull it out. It's got bigger wheels, a bit more grunt than this one maybe. Not got a trailer on. I'm pretty sure the first thing I'll do on the next episode, which I will probably record as soon as I've done enough with this episode to switch off the recording, is whack the low saddle on the Taiga and then shoot across this map, get into Mandra and try and find that semi-trailer that people have told me is available. And if I can't find that, then find a way around that road to the 2,000 litre trailer that we just saw. This is another bunker. Let's get that selected. Military Glory. Track it. I just noticed that I'm driving into a bunker area. Cool, so I want to get to there. And this will complete this contract. I'm not sure if that unlocks anything else, but this is the last bunker for this contract. It's hard to say how significantly these fortifications contributed to the course of... Alright, I'll no longer bore you. Okay, fair enough. I actually wasn't bored, but fine. I hope you enjoyed this very brief tour. I did actually, and I enjoyed you giving me a tour and then paying me $5,800 to attend. Could do some more tours like that in my life. I am going to push here and scan, because actually, yeah, somewhere around there will be a good place to do the last scan on the map, I think. And I've just about got enough fuel to do that scan, but not much else. And that will leave this truck basically stranded for fuel, but I've got to do fuel logistics in the next episode. This map is now too dry for me. So it looks like I'll have to go up quite high into that hill. Check out the Northern Lights again. Look. Into that hilly area to do the timber delivery. Yeah, see, this isn't right? I know I keep going on about it, but this truck would not be stuck like this in this snow. Just wouldn't. But anyway. Engine off, put some fuel in the trailer. Scan. Daylight again, beautiful. Job done. And that has just shown us the point of interest. So there's a delivery location there for this task. I think I've just about got time on this recording to get the Action and make that delivery. Action has got some fuel in its roof as well, so the Action is not actually as bad for fuel as it looks. I've got 80 litres in my roof, 72 in the truck. So I am going to look to come across here somewhere, see what this piece of terrain is like, grab that upgrade round here, pass the Yar and up into there and do that delivery. And if all goes well, I'll fit that into this episode. If all doesn't go well, I'll be doing a rescue next episode. So do I really want to go over, or do I want to follow this trail around? trail is a fair old detour. As much as anything else, to see how this truck performs. See how it does going up here. Diff lock is not active at the moment because that's a low ratio engageable diff lock. Let's whack it into low and do that just to see if it feels any different. Not really, it's just slower. I bet this could pull that Ford out. So just make sure I know when I talk about trail which one I'm going for. Yeah. Not really going to set. There are tyre tracks in that way, so it does look like it is a trail of sorts, but I'm going to stick to this route. I've left the tail tracks behind. This has got a bit of manoeuvrability to it. I quite like this. Not done enough with it. I've basically towed it behind the Scouts mostly for the stuff. Since I got it, I've recovered it with the Lodestar on a tow rope and then brought it out here behind the Yar on a tow rope. This might be the first time I've really driven it much. Okay. Oh, I recognise this from other people's videos. Yeah, it's an interesting little ledge road. I love it. Do I want to go over that or around it? This is a little bit scary. Oh, love it. I recognise people diving off that cliff with Tatarins and things. Probably to do that scouting POI task. Oh, you bloody idiot. So it has got the autonomous winch. But will it get the wheels locked? Has it got the strength? I need to get the correct leverage. I told you it could go wrong. Okay, now I've got to get my wooden planks back on. I'm a blithering idiot. What did I do that for? I could have come off that. Well, yeah, okay. I came off the wrong bit. I was enjoying myself too much. Crane mode. It's not massively stable because it's such a small truck. Alright, it's got a crane on it. I did put the handbrake on, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That crane's not overly impressed with me. I'm not impressed with me either, to be honest. Let's pull that anchor back in and think about backing up and trying to drag the planks to me rather than trying to load them on a slope. Activate the anchor. See if the anchor's a bit happier at this position. And then crane mode. Yeah, it's not very stable as a crane platform. Honest, the handbrake is on. Who's in charge here? I think the planks are in charge. But first time I've used it, so gotta learn its capabilities. It's just rolling down the hill. No. It is not strong enough for this, is it? Restore the crane. See if I can winch myself back onto my wheels somehow. Pointing the wrong way though, aren't I? How strong is that autonomous winch? Right, I'm on my wheels-ish. Crane. I do not know what I'm doing. I'm being a silly bugger, really. I'm going to try to attach that. And then I'm going to see... Oh, keep doing that. Put it into low, diff lock on. I'm going to see if I can drag the wood up to a location that's a bit better. Help! I don't like it. I do like it. I'm loving it. I'm just wondering what it's like as content, and you're probably all laughing and thinking, what the hell's this idiot doing? Can get it onto something. I need to pull... maybe that one. I need to pull my nose around and try and get back on my wheels. Can I get onto this tree now? Why won't it go onto that tree? That's a perfectly good tree, just attach it. Doesn't want to attach any of my... That one is fine. I don't think that'll actually help get me on my wheels though. Maybe having the crane deployed is messing. Oh, go on, go on. It doesn't. It's not letting me attach anything to that high point. Which makes no sense. I did say that I would be recovering this in the next episode. I didn't expect it to actually be this difficult to do this though. The crane hasn't, the winch hasn't got the right angle. I don't know what I'm playing at. It just won't, nothing will give me the angle to get it back on its wheels. Try that. Now don't tip over again, you blithering idiot. All because I came off that cliff a little bit too far left. I should have headed higher up the cliff. One thing that I do wish that this game would let you do is attach your crane. Handbrake on. Attach your normal winch to craneable cargo. I mean, obviously the cargo's got an attachment point. Because I can hook the crane to it. So why can't I... You've probably been watching this and thinking, what is this fool doing? And to be honest, I'm watching this thinking, what is this fool doing? I hope you're watching it anyway. I hope you haven't given up in exasperation. I'll be looking at analytics and seeing that 5 minutes ago everybody tuned out because it was just too painful to watch. This has ended up being a bit longer than I expected. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Nothing happened. It's all good. Restore the crane, pat the cargo. All we did was just drive off that little ledge and there's nothing went wrong. It's all fine. But I think it's just a figment of your imagination. I'm now super cautious-ish. As cautious as I'm capable of being, because I just like to gun it and see what happens. But I know that was painful. I know that was difficult to watch and to do. But there's your, straight away, that's your advantage of... Oh, that's... sorry, I'll finish my sentence. That's your advantage of an autonomous medium winch on this vehicle, which is the thing that makes this unique. Now, I have got chains on. Look at that. That's just a sheet of black ice going down there. So I expect, even with chains on, to just slide down this. So I'm going to diff lock on, all-wheel drive. You came here in the Tatterin. I'm going to guess you're stuck in this hole and you're not getting out. Engageable all-wheel drive. Or, I didn't look at what it was for. I think it's for the GMC that you get early on in the game that I sold because it was a four-wheeler with no all-wheel drive. Actually, now with that all-wheel drive, that might have been a good truck for me to keep. Quite a lot of people said it was a mistake to sell it. When I sold it, a lot of people saying, "Oh, once you got the all-wheel drive, it's quite a good vehicle." And it's in hard mode. If I wanted to buy it back, I would pay. I would have to repay 50% of its cost because I lose that when you sell it. Now I am determined, and an editor is already going to be cursing me. I'm determined to try and fit this in to get this delivery done. After all of that effort to get this thing back on its bloody wheels, I'm determined to not leave the episode without having done the delivery. But if I roll it again on this rock, all bets are off. I'm going to plead a little bit of mitigation in that the camera jankiness around these rocks doesn't help. But that's my fault, really. It's not. I'm only saying that. I'm not actually blaming the game. It's quite a narrow little thing. Coming through there in something like the Tega will be fun. Oh, that's the bunker. So our yard is just around. Oh, there is the yard. I can see it. We are Out of diff lock. Let's whack it in low so we've got diff lock. Yeah, don't really need diff lock on this, I don't think. That's probably been useful anyway, because that might be the route I have to take the Ford out. So I'm glad I've driven it in this rather than doing the recovery at the same time as exploring that rocky road. Right, what's this going to be like then? What challenges have we got up this little alley? I like it. It's a good little truck. I'm not blaming the truck at all for what happened there. That's definitely me, but I do like it. It's quite nimble, but it is a little bit tippy, I believe, because it's quite high. And I did have the option of doing active suspension and slightly smaller wheels. That might have been better. Now, am I actually too... Am I going to be able to get through this? That tree. Oh, it's lovely. Good job, Action. Back into auto. Get some speed on. And they need wooden planks. I recognise this, but I think it's just the same model as somewhere we've been. I don't think we've been up here. Engine off. Cargo delivery. Unload. Wooden planks. But at least we have something to fix the pole with. Put it to some use. Thanks, we owe you one. $32.50. Nice. And that, I think, completes this task. Well, it completes this task, but I don't think there's any other reason to come up to this camp now. Okay, so I'm going to leave the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching my shenanigans, rolling this thing around on the top of a hill. But we got it done. So that's good. Good bit of progress. We got this map fully scouted. We haven't got all of the upgrades yet, but we've got most of them. And we've opened up visibility of Imandra. And we'll get in there and get some fuel next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, thanks and goodbye.